How's it going, everyone? It's Ben fucking Media Corner back again with a brand new video for today, and welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. This time it's going to be on Presence. Now, this is a 2025 supernatural thriller drama, and this comes to us from director Steven Soderbergh and writer David Koepp, where in this film we follow a family who become convinced that they're not alone after they moved into their new home in the suburbs. So that's pretty much the story of Presence. Now, I was actually really intrigued to see what this woman was going for after I first saw the trailer, because this is from director Steven Soderbergh, and when it comes to him as a director, he's definitely one of my all-time favorites. You know, he's such a very visionary yet very unique filmmaker, from crafting some really great movies throughout his career as a filmmaker himself. But at the very start, after I first saw the trailer, at first I thought this was going to be like some kind of jump scare of a horror movie, but no, this is not really a horror film, because after I first started hearing the reviews for this movie, I immediately found out this is a family drama, but with supernatural elements. But I was still really intrigued to see what Steven Soderbergh was going for that film, for this film. And he did something like this before, back in 2018, with the movie Uninsane, which was like some kind of like psychological horror movie, but it was much more of a psychological thriller. So it kind of felt like that all over again, but with this movie. But after seeing this whole thing here, I can definitely say this film definitely made up for what I saw the last time around in terms of 2025 releases, because, you know, the last film I did see for 2025 releases was Flight Risk, and you guys may know I wasn't really a fan of that film, but I can definitely say this film definitely made up for that, because I had a really great time with Presence. The whole presentation here for this film, I thought, was pretty unique, and yeah, it is one I can describe this one for being a slow-moving film, even though it is a very short film. Like, it's an hour and 25 minutes, and there are often times there that the film has a few hints and questions that have been scattered and floating around the place in the film, and there are times where, as you watch the film, when it comes to some of that, it will probably make you think to yourself of like what this film could fully be as you watch this thing straight away. And while there are a few like questions in the film that felt unanswered and all that, for like the ones that's been still like scattered all over the place, and for like what you think this film could possibly be as and all that. And there were often times as I was watching the film that I couldn't wrap my head fully around to basically understand what was going on. And it's one of those few films that will probably need like multiple viewings to basically make you fully understand of like what's going on in the film. And there were even often times where I was like questioning about like the entity itself, of like thinking, was it good or was it bad, of like whatever it's doing in the film, because there are often times when we do see the entity doing some stuff in the film that's either like good or pretty horrific. And even when it comes to the ending in the film, I thought the ending of this film was actually really great from the way it finished off as the film draws to a close. And as for the filmmaking itself by Steven Soderbergh himself, I found it to be really engaging, where it's basically this whole thing is that we're basically the perspective of the entity, and we're like floating around the house. And I thought all that was really unique, from the camera tricks and shots. And there even often times where the film just cuts into different aspects of like where the entity is. With like there are times when we do see like the entity is upstairs or even down and then it will cut into like where the entity is like down the stairs. And I thought that was really unique. And as for the acting itself, everyone's terrific here, such as Lucy Liu, Chris Sullivan, Julia Fox. Like everyone here in this film, they all gave really terrific performances here for these characters. And in the end, guys, Presence, I can definitely say this is definitely another unique work by Steven Soderbergh as a filmmaker. And if you're a fan of Steven Soderbergh yourself, or you're a fan of like these types of movies where there's like a drama where it has supernatural elements to it, this one might be a cup of tea. And if I'd have to rewatch this one again, I would, but I wouldn't watch this like over and over again. It would be just like a one-time watch for myself. I'm going to give Presence 4 out of 5. Definitely another great work by Steven Soderbergh himself. And like I said, I would say this is probably just a one-time watch for myself. But if I have to watch this movie again, I would, but just not over and over again. Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my AK After I Saw review on Presence. And I would like to know what you guys think of this movie, if you've seen this already, or if you just recently checked this one out. And as always, this has been Foggins Media Corner signing off.